When I was 14, my parents bought me a 2002 Honda Crf250r. It was an incredible bike. However, all I had ridden prior to that was a Pee-wee 80 and a pit bike. So the few times that the clapped out two-stroke actually started, I struggled to even get it going. And then the fire-breathing premix fueled beast just threw me off. At least that's how I remember it. And ever since, I've stuck to road bikes. So this is my 2015 Honda Crf250r, which is purely here to help me conquer my fear of dirt bikes and help me improve my rather lacking riding skills. You see, I've wanted a dirt bike for over a year now, but the right time has just never come around. The closest I've been is messaging a few sellers right before I moved to England. But then we got put on a last-minute flight that cancelled my dirt bike plans. But now that I'm back in South Africa and bikeless, I thought this would be an easy bike to pick up in a hurry and live out a fantasy that I've been itching to try for over a year now. And since this is the temperamental world of YouTube, I do feel the need to tell you that this is not going to become a 100% dirt bike channel. I can't live without a road bike, but I am super excited about this next challenge. The thing about dirt bikes is that you need the proper gear to get the full use out of them. But luckily, I have gotten better at packing with all this moving, and remembered to pack my Moose motocross gloves that mainly get used to add color to shots, Pro Grip goggles that I've had for years, and Fox jersey that I got when I had my CR, that just so happens to match Honda colors perfectly. But since that's all the motocross stuff I own, and I don't even have a helmet in the country, we needed to go shopping. First on the list was an O'Neill helmet that, if you look closely, already has GoPro mounts, because this might not be the first time I've unboxed it. But the most important part is that it matches Honda colors. And the most important piece of gear, in my opinion, is boots, so that your ankles are protected when something goes wrong. And these fly boots look and feel great, but did need a quick off-road run and some trips up and down the stairs to loosen them up a bit. They're massive and make me feel extra clumsy, but the more activities I do in them, the more they feel like a second skin. And finally, some overpriced O'Neill pants. Obviously, I'm still missing armor, but so far, motocross gear is far more comfortable than road bike gear. And you guys might be onto something. I don't know a lot about dirt bikes, but that's kind of the point of this challenge, to learn. So this is a 250cc single-cylinder 4-stroke, meaning it should be light, nimble, and easier to learn on than a 450, while being less manic and high maintenance than a 2-stroke. They also proudly printed this unicorn or unicam logo on the side of the engine, which, with 4 valves and a single cam, is definitely intriguing. A 2015 is a much newer model than I expected to get, and the benefit of that is that this is fuel injected, and I'm more than happy to avoid life with a carb. After all, I am a Gen Z. That also means that it can have 3 ignition modes, which can be changed with this button next to the throttle while the bike is running, and it flashes to indicate which map the bike is in. 1 flash for standard, 2 flashes for the relaxed map, and 3 flashes for an aggressive map, which I haven't even tried yet. Other than that, it only has 5 gears. It's taller than me. The plastics are in good nick, but it does need a sticker kit. Luckily, it came with one of these triangular axle stands because it doesn't have its own kickstand. It's geared 1 tooth smaller than stock on the rear sprocket, so you know what that means. Yeah, I do. Wait, what does that mean? I thought you knew. Give me a minute. Here it is. The top speed will be slightly higher, while the acceleration will be slightly slower. Strange choice. I know, I would have chosen the opposite. It also has Excel rims, laced to what I believe are the stock hubs. But the black rims do look far cleaner than the silver ones that come stock. Ultimately, the main reason I wanted a Honda, after mocking Hondas for years, is for those sexy twin exhausts, which remind me of my old R1. They're louder than you'd expect, but not offensive when doing naughty things in places you probably shouldn't be. The Showa forks also had something to teach me. The left fork is an air fork, which I've never seen before, and has a Schrader valve just like you'd use to pump up your tires, while the right is a more traditional oil fork. And I also learned that it has a steering damper up here behind the number plate, which makes complete sense for motocross bikes, but I never stopped to think if they had them. The guy I bought it from seemed super passionate about dirt bikes and knew a lot more about them than I do. And as a result, it's in really good condition and has been well taken care of, with every bearing and linkage freshly greased. All it needed was a drop more distilled water. He also seemed to be a pretty good rider, because he basically rode it into the back of the pickup for us. If only I'll be that good in a few years.
If it's my car, I would have put it on. It's not ours, go for it.
So there it is. We'll save the first ride for the next video, because today I just wanted to show you the bike. It isn't a KTM like so many people expected, but it is going to be a good challenge. And I'm super excited to have a bike that I can drop without feeling too bad about. But anyway, let me know what you think about the CRF and what missions we should embark on with it. Any dirt bike advice will be appreciated, and I'll see you on the next off-road ride.